Hey everyone, welcome back to the College Application Guide Series, a series brought to you by Hidayah Services, a guidance counseling service for high school students. Today we're going to continue the short little series that we started a few months ago that discussed the beginning of the application cycle. So today we're going to start with the middle of the application cycle and what you should be focusing on in this point in time. So today we're going to be discussing kind of like a checklist that you should be checking off and making sure you've completed during the middle of the application cycle. So the first thing that pretty much is a no-brainer is to submit all your applications. At this point in time, you should have completed them already, but if you haven't, it's really crunch time. This is really crunch time, so you want to make sure that you submitted your Common App, you want to make sure that you submitted any individual applications that aren't on the Common App, and then you want to make sure that you've submitted all supplementary applications. So some universities require a secondary application that asks a lot more questions than the Common App. So extra questions about what books you've read for pleasure, questions about what magazines you're subscribed to, extra poems that they want you to submit, extra essays that they want you to submit, and so on and so forth. So the second thing that you want to do is verify that your applications are actually complete. So making sure that you've submitted your application, making sure that you submitted all essays, making sure that your guidance counselor submitted the transcripts to that university, making sure that all your teachers have submitted the recommendation letters, making sure that you've submitted your SAT score reports, right? This is an important one that students often forget, making sure that you paid all fees for the application. So those are the 6 things you want to do to make sure and verify that your applications are complete. If you want, you can take it a step further and contact the admissions officers at those universities and just make sure with them that they have everything in check. The third thing that you want to start working on is filling out all the financial aid forms, like the pre-application for federal student aid, the FAFSA. And then if you're applying to specific schools that require the CSS profiles, that's also important to do. So that's the third thing you want to make sure that you start working on, which is the financial aid forms. The fourth is to apply for any scholarships that may be out there, any outside scholarships, right? These are independent scholarships, like the Muhammad Ali Foundation has a scholarship, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has a scholarship, the Horatio Alger Scholarship. There's so many scholarships out there. It's really important that you have a list of scholarships that you're going to be applying for, and make sure you spend time doing that because it can really, really pay off. If you guys have any trouble with that, feel free to contact us. We have our information below. We have a whole compilation of scholarships that are available out there, and we can definitely reach out with some recommendations for you as an applicant. So that was the fourth one, which is apply to scholarships. The fifth one is to prioritize your college list if you haven't done so already, right? And this is a really important thing, right? You should know exactly which college you'd want to go to if you got into all the colleges that you applied to, right? So you should have a list and say, okay, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and hey, if I don't get into 1 and 2, I know that 3 is the exact place I want to go to, right? So knowing which college specifically you'd want to go to if you got into them, right? And this is an important thing to do, and it'll just save a lot of mental energy and stress later on. And with this, you also want to start visiting these colleges if you haven't done so already, right? So go on some open houses, go on some college tours, get to see what these colleges are actually like if you haven't done so already, right? Seeing the physical location of the college is extremely important. And the last thing, which may seem a bit corny, may seem a little cheesy, but is really important to start doing, is to do a little soul searching, right? And by soul searching, I mean start thinking about what you want to do, career-wise, what kind of major you want to study, and so on and so forth, right? Doing this type of in-depth, analysis of yourself, this in-depth introspection of who you are as an individual, what you like, what you don't like, is really, really important. A lot of students tend to ignore this and they think, okay, I know I want to do X, Y, and Z. They hit the ground running in college and then they realize, their 3rd or 4th semester, I really don't enjoy this subject, right? I never enjoyed this subject. I don't even know why I'm majoring in this to begin with, right? And this is a really common process for a lot of students, right? And statistics show that the average student changes their major about 3 to 4 times in college, right? And that's because of a lack of soul searching early on. Just take a moment, right? Maybe set aside 2 hours today or whenever you can, just to really think about what you want to study as a person, what subjects you really enjoy, what subjects you don't enjoy, what type of work you like to do, what type of work you don't like to do, right? And just thinking about that critically is something so, so important. So those are the 6 things that you need to be focusing on in the middle of the application cycle, right? So confirming the submission of all your applications and verifying that your applications are complete, filling out the financial aid forms, applying to any outside scholarships, doing some prioritization in regards to which college you want to attend and which you don't want to attend in the event that you do get admitted, and then lastly, to do some soul searching, to get to know who you are as an individual, what you want to major in, and what you want to study. So those are the 6 things. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you like the video, please share it, like it, and send it to close friends and family. Thank you guys so much. Take care and have a great week.